a 71-degree overcast day in South Florida. The usual sellout crowd, better than 19,000, making their way into American Airlines Arena in downtown Miami with the Heat coming off their LeBron James, Dwayne Wade extravaganza in Indiana. James putting up 40 points in one of the great games of his career, while Wade bounced back with that 30-point explosion at one stretch of the second half. They combined for 38 consecutive points. The Heat coming from behind to tie their Eastern Conference semifinal series at 2. And tonight it is the pivotal Game 5. The Indiana Pacers facing the Miami Heat. Same kind of performance that we saw in Game 4, or can this tough Indiana Pacer club starting lineups? Danny Granger leading the Pacers in Game 4 with 20 points, including 4 3-pointers, and at the defensive end continues to deal with LeBron, and things have been a little testy. David West and Roy Hibbert complete that front line. Paul George Hill are at the guard. Miami will actually go with the same lineup for a second straight game. LeBron now averaging 31 points in this series. He's up front with Shane Battier and Rooney Kuriaf in the backcourt, Mario Chalmers and Dwayne Wade. The officiating crew, Derek Stafford, Jason Phillips, and Greg Willard. In Game 4, Indiana this past Saturday, the Heat coming back from 11 points down to beat the Pacers 101-93. First.
Well, this is the problem when you play Miami. Turnovers or long rebounds turn into a nightmare for your defense. LeBron James, Dwayne Wade coming right at George Hill. Nothing he can do. Look how athletic this is, just the explosion. And when Hibbert commits, Anthony does the right thing. That's so important for the big on that baseline to make himself available for the pass. And Anthony finding the right angle.
So the Heat with a 26-20 lead over the Pacers. Miami 4 of 5 from beyond that three-point line.
Takes pride in his defense and his activity, but sometimes he can get a little too over anxious. And when you play against Dwayne Wade, you have to be ready for that pump fake. He makes it all the time, and if you jump, he's going to jump right into you, draw the foul, and that time he gets lucky. They are going to call a flagrant one, and yeah, absolutely. Unnecessary follow through with the hand from Hansbrough, raking Wade across his face. And for Udonis Haslem, this is clearly payback. He just clubs with two hands, Hansbrough. The problem here, Marv, the crowd loves it, but if this is a flagrant 2, remember, Haslem is their best post shooter with Bosch out. He's the one that provided that spacing the other day in Game 4. If he's kicked out, no ball.
Deflected out, last touch by Indiana.
Here's the play. Collison just almost is shocked at the lane that opens up. Nobody helped out. And as usual, if you give Miami any opening, defense is good offense. And the offense has been horrible here the last several minutes. And that's what led to this spurt for Miami, extending out to the 9-point lead. Bad shots, turnovers, long rebounds. And the Heat taking a 9-point edge into halftime. Indiana letting something slip away here.
16 points for LeBron James.
That last play on the weak side, LeBron comes off the pick, and there's just no help at the rim. If you're on the weak side.
With his second straight strong performance off the 30 points the other night, did most of his damage in the second half. And this is the second time he's able to get away a circus shot while he's being fouled, and he'll go to the line.
He is just
by 16.
This is why you have to somehow keep Miami in the half court. They are spectacular when they get out in transition. One of the best passes you'll ever see from LeBron. Incredible awareness, puts it on the money. Well, Wade has had another big night here. There's the hustle. He clearly was on the line. That should have been called out of bounds, but he gets the benefit of the doubt. And then this in transition. Marv, does anybody in the league use the glass better than Dwayne Wade? I think Dwayne wanted to just return the favor, Barb, because a couple minutes ago it was LeBron with the baseball pass to Wade. This time they reverse it. Either way, they're in sync tonight.
They're in South Florida. The Heat 76, the Pacers 57.
Of watching Dirk Nowitzki. Dallas runs this play right here where they spread the floor with shooters, post up Dirk against a smaller guy after a switch, and then in retaliation for that Hansbrough foul in the first half. A couple words from Wade right there. Let's take another look. You're going to see, oh man,
it's a collision and they both go down.
And that should be a flagrant. But look at this. I mean, just Pittman coming across the lane, a forearm shiver to the neck. My goodness. I didn't see that initially. Well, that is a blatant elbow.
It's called a flagrant one. This all-time postseason high for most points with 115. And for Indiana, it's the worst shooting playoff game since back in 2005 when they shot 33% against the Celtics. They are just under 34% for the evening. LeBron James 30 points. Dwayne Wade with another solid game, 28 points, and Dwayne is with our Cheryl Miller.
Well, Dwayne, this performance really has to feel good because it's a back-to-back solid performances for you.
Well, yeah, you know, this game back, like I keep saying, it's a funny thing, but I felt good today. I was in the groove, and I let the game come to me. So, no question, this was a total team effort, but it's good for me to get 2 games in a row like this.
Yeah, let's talk about the offense. First of all, it just started to click from the very beginning with Shane Battier knocking down those threes.
But Shane came out very aggressive. You know, when the ball started going in for him, we know that's a great thing because we need the floor spread. And, you know, once that started happening, myself and LeBron was able to get in the paint, able to penetrate and, you know, make some shots. But our shooters making shots, the floor gets open.
Yeah, tonight's game is no indication on how this series has gone. It's been physical, it's been tough. So just how is Game 6 going to pan out? I can see a scar right here already forming on you.
Yeah, I got a little scar. But Game 6 is going to be physical, man. We got to understand that, you know, this team has a lot of pride. They're going to come up. I mean, their crowd going to be ready. So they're going to come out with a lot of energy. We got to withstand their first hit, their first attack, and still be standing. And I think we're ready for it, but we'll see.
You better get that Neosporin on that, all right?
Yeah, I'll go get some ice or something, too.
All right. Thanks a lot, D-Wade. Marvelous to send it back to you.
That's nice. Cheryl opening the cut over the eyebrow of Miami has taken a 3-2 lead. Game 6 at Indiana Thursday night. Heat have now won 14 of the last 15 playoff games here in Miami. And for the Pacers, it all comes down to winning back home on Thursday night to stay alive. Thanks to our producer, Scott Cockrell, director Renardo Lowe, associate directors Billy Proctor and Alvin Whitney, graphic coordinators Jeff Paris and Sam Polis, and our statistician Brian Taylor. Final score, a Miami blowout as they defeat the Pacers 115-83. Coming up next, it is Inside the NBA presented by Hyundai. For Steve Kerr, Cheryl Miller, and the rest of the crew, I'm Marv Albert saying good night from South Florida. You've been watching the NBA on TNT, the exclusive home of the 2012 NBA Western Conference Finals. Now to Ernie and the guys in our Atlanta studio.